One thing I've always wondered about grading sports cards is if it's actually possible to be accurate with predicting your grades for myself or anyone else out there. A few months back, we prepped 20 cards together between two separate videos. I'll throw a thumbnail here and a link below. And today we get those cards back. Now, I'm going to be honest, this order was madness. I think it was kind of all over the place. We have many that were higher than I predicted, a ton that were a lot lower, even 4 or 5 grades lower than what I predicted. You're going to see this is just crazy again. I don't know if I just suck. That's, maybe very likely. Or if the grades I'm getting are maybe just inconsistent. I don't know. It's probably myself, to be honest with you, but it's a good learning experience. I want to share the video here today just so you can learn. We can kind of step through and talk through what I was seeing and maybe what I missed on these grades. Also, just a heads up as well, thanks for the patience. I haven't been on a video in a while, back to work from paternity leave. So my free time kind of went from this to about this. So I had vacation day today. Felt like a good time to get a bunch of reveals recorded. So I'll get some videos up over the next couple weeks, including this one. So I hope you enjoy. And thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. All right, up first we have the Charles Woodson that I predicted a 6 on. Now this is the 2000 Bowman Gold. Same year, obviously, as a Tom Brady rookie. He is in this set. These are all numbered on 99. Likely never own a Brady. However, it's a cool opportunity to get a player that I love in the same set, which would be Charles Woodson, obviously, here. So I saw on this card was whitening in the corners and edges. You can see right here the white down there. Lots of chipping. There's also denting on the card itself as well. The other thing that I don't think even mentioned in the video, but I noticed after the fact here, the off-centering, from the border here to the left to the right. So you get a PSA 7, unfortunately, on this one. But actually is a good thing because I predicted a 6. So I shouldn't even say unfortunately. This is a win, right? Because it's one higher than what I predicted. So we'll just update our sheets here as we get going just so we can kind of see how we do. So I'm going to do, what should you say, like an underline if it's a better. We'll exit out if we're lower or something like that. All right, next we have the Andre Johnson. This is the Black X Fractor. Predicted 8, did get an 8. What I was seeing here on this one was a print line, like you can see right here. This happens commonly on this era of cards, and even modern cards I think have the same issue. Also, obviously, typically on this set you get some corner whitening, very, very slight. Tough to see, but you can just see right there. That'll always get you. So this one I did actually get the 8 that I predicted. Pretty happy about. And then, a couple cards from now you're going to see that's when this order goes wonky, but we were accurate on the first couple here at least. All right, next we have Torrey Holt. Similar issue on this one. I think I was seeing some surface issues in the gray. And then I have a print line that I think is tough to see. Okay, actually, no, it's vertical. That's why I couldn't see it. So you can see here a vertical print line going right there. I've gotten away with this on this specific set before. This one we didn't. We did get the 9 that I predicted. So again, can't complain because it is what I expected. But sometimes, you're just hoping, I somehow get a 10, but it didn't happen on this one. These are always numbered out of 10. Love this set. I go for Hall of Famers, and then, I guess you call it Hall of Very Good. Like Holt's not a Hall of Famer, but likely has a shot someday. So I just add players like that. Just to me, it's way more fun than collecting current players that I might pay 10 times for, and then they flop out of the league in 5 years. So that's why I'd rather collect guys that I enjoyed watching, that sort of thing. So Barry Sanders is the Bowman's Best Cut refractor. This is a PSA 9 is what I predicted. These are nice sharp die cut on this set. I always thought these were neat. Actually, the die cut itself, the edges weren't too bad. There's a little whitening up here, so maybe the 9 was a little presumptive of me. I think that's the word. Like I expected a little higher than it'll get. One thing that this had, and you can't see through the case, there's warping, like circles almost warping on this card. There might be, it almost looks like there's some like warping right there if you see that. I don't know if it's like the card's bent. I don't think so. I think it's just how the light looks. And I predicted a 9, but I did mention I'm not sure if that would affect the grade, and maybe I screwed that part up. I totally did. This one got a PSA 5, which to me tells me they almost treated the warping as a crease. Again, if you go back and watch that video, you do not have to, but if you go back, you can see a much clearer image of what I'm talking about. But obviously that one absolutely destroyed me. So, for $19 grading, which this was at the time, it's fine. You live and learn, I guess. I know now to watch out for that sort of thing. But that does kind of suck to get the 9, and again when you get the 5 when you predicted a 9. Never want to have that. That's for sure. All right, up next we have the 2007 Topps Chrome Devin Hester Red Refractor. These are numbered out of 139. Very weird numbering there. What I happened to see on this one was a bad back corner, which I think it's that one. It's very tough to see. I think it's that one. It's one of them. They had whitening, it kind of like almost like an indented corner. And this one they did get an 8 on. So obviously very strict here, to be honest with you. I didn't expect that. Maybe slight off centering too, but I don't know. I felt like that card was definitely a little strict there on that one. So we predicted a 9, we got an 8. So we obviously -1 again there. All right, next, possibly one of the coolest cards in the order, in my opinion, just because of how cool it looks, and having never actually owned or seen one of these in person. It's Mike Evans tie-dyed Prism out of 2015 Prism. So this is a second-year card for Mike Evans. I realized after the fact as I was going and listing some of these on eBay today. Anything that wasn't, obviously PC will go on my eBay store like most of my videos. You guys know this by now. This is out of 25 tie-dye Prism. I thought a PSA 10 looked very sharp. You would expect to see whitening on the back of a card like this with the colored back, that sort of thing. I actually got a PSA 10, so really, really pumped about this one. Like I said, the order definitely has some hits and misses, but fairly accurate actually to start here, and I think it gets a little bit worse as we get going, but this is, again, fairly accurate to start. I have 3 for 6 so far, so not horrible. Next to the John Elway Anniversary Refractor. This is like a reprint of his rookie card, obviously. The design here is pretty cool. This one's numbered out as 99. And we did get a PSA 8. So, again, another example of accurate grading. It helps actually now I'm learning predicting the grades versus just setting everything off. And you get them back, and I'm getting 8s, getting 9s. I'm pissed about them. Like, why am I getting 8s? Because I thought in my head they were 10s. But when you have the notes, okay, I did think this was an 8. This is a fair grade, so I can rest my head on that a little bit more. Next, we have the Victor Cruz Gold Prism. This is out of 2013 Select. This is a set that I am obviously collecting, and I've mentioned this in many videos. I'm over halfway. I've got 76 out of 100 and 50 out of 150 for the vets. This first year of Panini Select there. And I get the PSA 9, unfortunately, which I was disappointed. Really thought this was a very clean copy. I've graded a ton from this set. But, again, I'm not super concerned when they're out of 10. Sometimes you don't really have an option. You're going to take the grade that you can get, really, when it comes down to it. Up next, we have the Michael Jordan LeBron James out of Upper Deck MJLJ. It's like a box set. It's like a bonus pack, I believe. I'm not sure exactly how this works. I just know these were really cool. I saw it on eBay. Had Michael Jordan, had LeBron. Seemed like a fair price. Seemed like a good card to get up in the eBay store, regardless of grade. Predicted 10, looked really clean. And to get the 10. So pretty happy with this one, obviously. Very good. Very happy because, a card like this will pay for a Victor Cruz for myself from the collection. So that's the way I always obviously go about this. If you've seen videos, I'm very clear about that. And I buy and grade and sell cards ultimately to pay for a collection for myself. I don't have unlimited funds. I'm not a millionaire. So the way to get cool cards, I have to work at it myself. I'm next to the Giannis Antetokounmpo Dazzle out of Panini Threads. These are really cool, non-numbered, but I like the jersey design. I predicted a 10. I just realized I have 8 written here. I predicted a 10, and we did get an 8. So I was just looking at the card, I think, when I wrote this down. But yeah, so unfortunately, 2 less on that one, which I'm very surprised about. Obviously, when you grade a card like that, you do not expect to be getting an 8. I think it was, like, there was a slight print line and stuff like that, but I don't know, man. It just seems super strict. That's the way it goes, I guess. Again, not worth regrading, to be honest, that sort of thing. All right, next, you can see my Sharpie lines. We're going to move on to the next batch of cards here. This is the other 10 from the next video that I had created where, again, I was prepping PSA orders. So honestly, pretty disappointed right away here. We have the Jerry Rice. This got a do not holder, which means it says min size. I believe that means it was miscut at the factory. Otherwise, also if cards are trimmed, I think they come back like this. This was snapped out of a sealed and encased, Topps case. So what I do here is this one is going to be sent right back in my next order. They do not charge you when you get this. So actually it'll come back with your order, but you will not get charged for it. So I'll try 2 or 3 more times. This might sound crazy, but I know it came out of a case. So I didn't trim it. If it's cut wrong or something, so be it. But I'll keep trying because it's free of charge. So again, I don't know if that's proper protocol, but I'm going to be doing that. So just a heads up there. Predicted a 9. We're going to call that a wash, though, but just put like min there. Unfortunately, again, I thought a 9, so to not get it even graded is pretty disappointing, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Up next, we have the 2000 Finest Peyton Manning Chad Pennington Inherent Fire Gold Refractor. These are really cool, numbered out of 100. What I saw on this card was a peeling up, actually, of the back. So when I prepped the video, when we're doing the video or prepping the cards, I couldn't figure out what was wrong with the corner, and then I realized you could actually peel up the back, so it was obviously the refractor finish was coming off or something like that. So I predicted a 6. I thought they'd be really strict on it. Again, they actually gave me a 7, so happy about that one. Like the Woodson getting 1 higher than what I predicted. So unfortunately, most were lower than I predicted, but it's good when you do get the 1 or 2 higher. So next to the Randy Moss, same set as that Charles Woodson that I already showed. I thought the Moss was cleaner. You're seeing less whitening on the back. There's still some, but not as much. Centering's a little better on this copy as well. At least I thought. I did get a 7 though, so unfortunately predicted the 8, got the 7. Card for my collection, so ultimately, again, do not care too much. This one is also very ironically, I'm a pop 1, and there's 1 higher, I think, maybe an 8, if I recall right. So these are obviously super rare regardless of grade. Even though they're out of 99, they pop up way less than that. So the Jerry Rice, this is the Interstate Refractor. It's got some off-centering, some surface scratches, I think some back issues. So we got the whole spectrum of things here. Unfortunately, I guess I shouldn't say unfortunately, but the way I looked at this was a lot of really minor issues. So I felt like this could still get an 8, even though it possibly would get a lower grade. And we did get a 7. So this one's a downgrade on this one. But again, like I mentioned, taking notes is good because I saw the order pop. I saw the 7 on this one, and I thought, what the hell is going on? I'm snapping that card and sending it back. Because I have the notes, I wrote 8. I know it's only one lower than I thought. So again, I don't think this is a case of like a horrible grader or something. I think I was probably just not strict enough on my card there, for example. We got 3 7s in a row, which I just realized that's got to be lucky, right? Our next card must be really good. Let's see. Look at the Barry Sanders Golden Nuggets, Gold Anniversary, something. It's a mouthful. Golden Anniversary, Golden Nuggets Football, 2005. Top basically just is here. It's a Topps Chrome insert. They did all of their refractors on their inserts. There's only a base refractor and then a base card. So there's just a refractor and a base card. The refractor is numbered on 100. That's it, which I really like. You have the modern sets. You have all these color parallels, all this different serial numbering. Just very, very, very sharp card. Predicted a 10. The only thing I could see was some slight like rippling on the edges, almost like it looks like how the card was cut. And this one got a PSA 10. Super, super pumped about this one. Probably the best card in the order, by my opinion. There's others that are really cool coming up, but this is my favorite here. I do not actually collect Barry, but I have a very good friend that collects Barry. So it's a perfect example of getting a card into his collection, and then I can use the money there to, fund a collection for myself. That's kind of, again, obviously how I do that. So it works out pretty well. All right, next we have a LT Gold Refractor 2008 Finest. This one, to be honest with you, I thought was a 9. If I recall, I'm just going to make sure I mark that one. We were accurate for once. There was some, basically on every single corner, just a little bit of whitening. It just looks like it, it got just muffed up just slightly. So I was pretty certain there was no 10 coming here. I thought it would be a 9. We just got the dreaded PSA 8.5. I don't know if you guys have ever gotten one of these. Probably my least favorite grade they can possibly give out. So yeah, I got an 8.5 here, which is weird. Again, I got like a half grade lower than I expected. I don't know why you don't just give me a 9 at that point or an 8, but so be it. Cool card regardless for LT. Again, this one we're not accurate with, but close enough. Only a half grade off, so not horrible. Next we have the Marshawn Lynch Rookie Finest Moments Green Refractor, numbered out of 199. Pretty cool card. Obviously don't see a ton of rookies for Lynch, or I guess Lynch cards period. You don't see a ton of them out there. I never seem to come across them. And this one I got a PSA 9, predicted a 10. This one I thought was super clean. Honestly, again, another example where just, I don't know what I'm missing. To be honest, if I went back and looked at this 10 times, I would probably predict a 10, 9, or 10 of the time. So to get a 9, I don't know, the grader must be seeing something different than myself. But yeah, unfortunately that one did get a 9. So as you can see, the second batch here, we got one I thought was 9 got miscut. Then I actually was one higher than I predicted. Everything else has been lower except for the Barry that we got right. So hopefully we can pick it up here. We'll see. Let's see what the next one does here. So Kelvin Johnson, 2019 Prism, Legendary Talents Gold Prism. So this is a Prism insert. Numbered out of 10, obviously, as all gold Prisms are. I thought this one was a 9. If I recall, there was just very slight, I think right there, just the corner just very slightly white, if you can see. Was pleasantly surprised to get a 10. So this is another good win here, and another really cool card, kind of similar to that Barry, where awesome one that I thought could maybe get a 10. So to get a 10 is just a nice win there. So yeah, awesome card. I have a lot of Kelvin cards in the collection. I will not keep this one. The strict reason is because he did not play in 2019. So I have a pretty firm rule in my my collection where if possible, I collect playing days cards. So this one is just 1 year after he was done playing. It's just where I draw the line of the cards I want to collect. So that one will not be going to the collection, but it's a big win because it's, again, higher than what was predicted. So that's great. And I should say I have a ton of post-playing days cards for other players, but it's typically because of a set I collect. For instance, like that 2013 Select Gold. I have a ton of Legends, but that's, again, because I'm going for the whole set. Topps Chrome Andre Johnson, thought it was super clean. The front was very well centered, I thought at least. No surface issues. Back had slight off centering, and then I got an 8 on it. So again, I don't know. You guys tell me I must be missing something because, again, when I looked at this, I didn't see any surface issues. The centering was good, except for the back. But again, this seems to be within the 70-30 centering. We got an 8. So not really sure, guys. That one sucks, I'll be honest. So you can see, again, got absolutely slaughtered on this backside here of this second batch of orders. Next, we have a 2013 Bowman Larry Fitzgerald. This is the Silver Ice Red. I don't know why they call it Silver Ice if it's still red. Kind of a unique parallel to Bowman. It's the precursor, essentially, to your modern-day Sparkle, Parallel, and Prism, or Select, that sort of thing. This one's out of 25. Cool jersey match for Larry Fitz. I predicted a 10. Thought it was super clean. Got the 9. PSA had to punch me in the balls right at the end of this video. That's the way it goes. Really cool stuff regardless. I'm happy with how the order turned out, even though a lot of grades were lower. I think overall, if you can see from my crappy notes here, we were accurate on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 20 grades, which seems shocking. And then we had 3 that were higher than I predicted, and so that would mean the others were lower than I predicted, and then the rice that didn't get graded. Hopefully we can do this again in the future. We can do a little better, but ultimately, fun order again regardless. Feel like I learned a lot. Hopefully you guys did as well. And thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next week.